This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
It's because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I think that's taking it to another level.
Yeah. Log on and join our live conversation.
He said this as we were coming on TV.
DVL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Monday, June 10th. We are live, and we're talking about what you're talking about. Right now, I'm here with Stephanie and Brandon. I'm Jeff. Whoa. No high five for me? Buddy, there we go. Starting the week off right. Erica has the night off. She's starting the week off right.
Yes. She is.
All right, guys. The Tony Awards are making history, good and bad, and we're breaking it all down for you in just minutes. But first, we have breaking new details on baseball legend David Ortiz. He's now reportedly in stable condition after he was shot at a nightclub in the Dominican Republic last night. As we speak, he's on his way to Boston for treatment. The Boston Red Sox arranged for a medical air ambulance to transport the former player, and now celebrities are sending their well wishes. A-Rod tweets, anxiously awaiting for more news. In the meantime, only prayers for David Ortiz, Tiffany, and their family. And New England Patriots quarterback tweets, Poppy defines Boston strong. Get well soon, my friend. And we do have some video from the shooting. Take a look at this packed nightclub. Look at the top of the screen. You see the gunman fire his shot, and then you see Ortiz grab his stomach and hit the ground. Right now, multiple suspects are in custody and are being questioned.
Gosh. Unfortunate, man.
Very unfortunate. He's beloved. He's beloved by fans, by players, as you could just see.
Yeah.
He's beloved in the baseball community around the world.
Baseball community around the world. He's beloved in the Dominican Republic, where he grew up, where he sends all sorts of money back, all sorts of resources back, and gives his time. But I have to say what's being put out there right now in some of the papers. Allegedly, they're saying that these two people, two of the suspects, were hired by some well-known drug dealer out in the Dominican Republic, because Big Papi is allegedly, and I can't say that word enough, allegedly having some sort of affair with the drug dealer's wife. So they're saying it could be a hit, and I think that's a big reason why the Boston Red Sox sent for a plane to get him out of there, because maybe they could be fearful for his life.
That's some scary rumors.
Absolutely, and I'm scared saying it because they may come after me now.
The thing that's more scary is, take a look, so he had a selfie with his friend. He was just out having a good time. Look, this was literally moments before. Can you imagine that being you, just out having a good time, and something like that happens to you?
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Scary.
But hopefully they have them in custody. Hopefully those are the right guys, and everything hopefully is going to be all right for Big Papi.
He needs to get justice. The justice there is different than here, so hopefully.
Absolutely. All right, guys, cops are investigating Oscar winner actor Cuba Gooding Jr. after allegedly groping a woman. Let's get up to Raquel Villanueva with news at the moment.
Right, Jeff. Police confirmed they are investigating Cuba Gooding Jr. after he was accused of groping a woman at a nightclub last night in New York City. The woman called police early this morning to report she was touched without her consent. TMZ says the woman yelled at Cuba after the alleged incident, and security had to get involved to break up the fight. She claims he was very drunk at the time. He now faces a possible forcible touching charge. The 51-year-old actor has not yet responded to the allegations, and I'll keep you updated on this developing story.
Thank you so much, Raquel. I don't know, 51 in a nightclub. I don't know. For me, I wouldn't be in there.
You can still live your life, and what one people can call a nightclub, it can just be like an evening out. It can be some sort of lounge or something like that. But at the same time, and this is still allegedly, you don't touch people.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right, guys, we're moving on. Actress Pauley Perrette says she is never returning to NCIS. She played forensic specialist Abby Shudo for 15 seasons on The Crime Show, and now says, quote, I am not coming back ever. I'm terrified of Harmon and him attacking me. I have nightmares about it. Pauley is referring to her co-star Mark Harmon, who has a leading role on the show. In his since deleted tweet, she says a crew member on the show was physically attacked and says she tried stopping it. In 2018, Pauley did tweet she left the show because of, quote, multiple physical assaults.
That's crazy.
I looked into this a little bit, and I think she's talking about a dog. I think Mark Harmon brought his dog on set, and the dog, again, allegedly bit one of the crew members or something. I think that's what she's talking about by physical assault. I don't know the other ones with the deleted tweets. I have met Pauley a couple times working over at CBS, and she is knitted into that community, let's just say. She's been over on NCIS for 15 years. She has a new show coming out. She did multiple things with CBS.com. So for her to come out with these allegations against CBS, who's her CBS family, is a little strange for me.
But is it more against CBS or is it more against Mark?
I guess
who's she trying to take down, in a sense?
Specifically Mark, but Mark hasn't gave a statement. I'd like to hear his side of the story.
Yeah, that's what we need to remember. There's always two sides to every story, and obviously Mark has been there a while too. She's been there 15 seasons. So I think, with all respect, you know, best wishes, we wait and hear both sides because, you know, you don't want to point fingers at anyone. She hasn't even said what these assaults are.
Absolutely.
We need to know what they are.
And I'm not trying to victim shame or anything, but we have to say both what's going on both sides of the fence.
If we don't know the full story.
I mean, she's been through, she got charged with stalking her ex. She got charged with breaking into a window and then allegedly beating up a female friend of her ex. So is it something where, I don't know how to phrase this.
You mean like drama follows her?
Is it drama follows her sort of thing? But I don't know. It's just like, that's why I asked, like, who is she trying to take down in this sense?
We'll have to wait and see, won't we?
Absolutely, won't we?
I like that transition there, Steph.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt and Katherine Schwarzenegger say they're feeling blessed right now, and they should. The couple tied the knot yesterday, and they shared this photo on Instagram, writing, "Yesterday was the best day of our lives. We become husband and wife in front of God, our families, and those we love." But some fans are bothered by what Chris said, saying, "The best day of our life." Chris was married to actress Anna Faris, and the two have a 6-year-old son. His name is Jack. Should he be calling his new wedding the best day of our life?
Oh, come on.
Yes.
No, but I think it's ridiculous that people are even moaning about this.
I know, but yes, he should be calling that. That was the past. Anna Faris is the past. I know people are probably very touchy about that, fans of hers. But this is our life. Jack has nothing to do with it. It's their life moving forward. He will obviously be part of their life, but it is the best day of our life, meaning him and Katherine.
Well, I see when you break it down like that, yes, but I can see why people would be mad. I'm a stepson. So let's say my dad when my dad and my stepmom got married and he was like, "This is the best day of my life." I'd be like, "Wait a minute, well, you have 3 other kids with my mother." That sort of thing. But I'm glad you guys cleared that up because it's context. You have to know the context and what someone's saying something. Unfortunately, Instagram, they really don't care on social media.
People have got way too much time in their hands. You have multiple best days. They're fantastic. You've got 2 kids. I'm sure they were both great days. I'm sure the day you met Jordan was a great day. I'm sure the day that you guys got married was an amazing day. So, you know, it's just so blown up.
And what are you supposed to write? I thank God and our family, and this is the 6th famous day in my life.
Yeah, exactly.
You sound like a weirdo.
But if your son asks you about it, if you're him, what do you say? Do you clear it up or do you just brush it off and be like, "Oh, they're on social media, they're hating"?
Yeah, I would explain social media to them a little bit. You got to, I mean, you're a family, you're moving forward, you got to say, "Buddy, I love you. You know, you're the best thing that ever happened to me, but now we're going to be a family too." And, you know, I don't know. What am I talking about?
That's why you're Big Jeff.
There you go. All right. All right, guys. Justin Bieber, my boy, wow, is ready to throw down. I don't know what's going on here. The 25-year-old singer challenged Tom Cruise to a fight. We're not sure why. I don't know why. Bieber tweeted, I want to challenge Tom Cruise to fight in the octagon. Tom, if you don't take this fight, you're scared and you'll never live it down." Who is willing to put on a fight? And no word yet from the 56-year-old Mission Impossible star, who does his own stunts, by the way. But one person did take Bieber up on his request. UFC champion Conor McGregor tweeted, "If Tom Cruise is man enough to accept this challenge, McGregor Sports and Entertainment will host about, does Cruise have the sprouts to fight like he does in the movies? Stay tuned to find out." I don't know what this is all about.
We don't have a Bieber
but I kind of like it.
Graphic?
We needed a Bieber graphic. I don't know what's going on with Biebs. I think what happened was he was watching Mission Impossible with his wife Haley, and there was a nice shot of Tom Cruise and his abs and doing action stunts, and then Biebs got jealous and then tweeted this out.
You really think that's how jealous someone will get over a comment about
Why?
Absolutely.
Why would you call out a 56?
Are you for real?
When I was playing football, and you the same, Jeff, if your girl is watching someone else play and they're like, "Ooh, Odell Beckham Jr. is so good," I'll be sitting there, "He ain't that nice." He's all right. You know, he can catch one hand and all, but B. London.
Well, I'll tell you what, that green-eyed monster is going to get Justin beat up.
Ooh. You think so?
Oh, yeah, Tom Cruise would have him in a minute.
You think so? No way. At
Yes.
56?
He's friends with
Are
Mayweather.
you joking? He's gonna beat him down.
I don't know.
Come on.
Is there one celebrity you'd call out for MMA or UFC fight?
I wouldn't want to fight her, but I'd love to meet Ronda Rousey, and I'd love to, like, you know, learn to grapple from her, because that'd be awesome.
Oh, I was about to say.
That's pretty cool.
She said learn from her. I thought she wanted to take her down in the ring.
I don't want to take
Don't call out Ronda on this show.
How about you
she
fighting
would literally like rip my arm out my socket. I'm not interested in that, but I appreciate her. Anyway, we're live, as you can tell.
I'm not interested in that. I thought you would be. I don't know. DVL is live. We'll bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. And coming up, original Jeopardy champ Ken Jennings sits down with DVL, find out what he's been up to and what he thinks about those conspiracy theories around James Holzhauer's jaw-dropping wins. And Broadway's biggest stars light up the Tony Award stage. We've got the highlights and the history-making moments next.
Okay, we got some comments here about this fight. April P says, I want to see Tom Cruise knock JB out. Dude, it's Tom Cruise. I know that everyone's like, oh, he does his own stunts, but you're not getting punched in the face for real. When it comes, you got to move your face.
Here's what I think would happen.
Oh, yeah.
Here's what I think would happen. Biebs would come out with like Mayweather,
Yep.
and he'd learn some stand-up from Mayweather. I think
but
Tom
you're
Cruise
not
would be
gonna
all
do that.
jiu-jitsu. He'd take him down in 2 seconds, be technical, and choke him out.
Yeah.
I've heard he's a really good wrestler.
Who?
Yes.
Tom Cruise?
Is
well,
he?
he's tiny. I think
he
Biebs
likes
is
to do
tiny
that.
too,
Yes.
but yeah, a lot of people are taking those.
Anyone who wants to wrestle and all that, it's weird to me.
Why?
Like, it's because why do you want
Thank
to do
you.
that? Like, I'm only at 34 years old, I'm fighting to protect.
Oh, I thought you meant just like in general. Like, why do people
It's just
wrestle?
part of their work. Like, it's a workout for him. He just goes and does it.
Well, a lot of people
know what
do
he gets out of
jiu-jitsu. They grapple and stuff, you know? That's a good workout.
You get cauliflower ear? No way.
Well, here's the thing. I wanted to take, my buddies did jiu-jitsu, like, you know, towards in my 20s or whatever. But I always wanted to take it because I go to the gym every day and work out, but I'm not learning any skill.
Yeah.
If I go to the gym and learn something like jiu-jitsu, I learn some kind of fighting technique or something that I'm still getting my workout in, but I'm also getting skilled.
Well, so it's
That's
like
kind of what I'm
mental
interested
stimulation
in.
too. Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm interested in now because I'm like, I wasted so many hours and I didn't really learn anything. I'm just,
But you're still
feel
taking
strong.
care of yourself. And you're
Yeah.
still taking care of your mental
I know, no,
health.
that's
Feel strong.
great, but imagine if I was learning a
something
skill
too.
by the time, you know,
That's why when
I'm only
people
22.
box, when people start boxing for working out, that's when they feel like, oh, I'm Floyd Mayweather, I'm Zab Judah.
well-
But it's one thing to hit a bag, but the bag doesn't hit
I
back.
think it's the opposite actually. I think once you start learning that craft of boxing and seeing how hard it is, that's when you have more respect for
Yeah,
people and
that's
don't
true.
want to fight.
That's true.
Because all of my friends that are fighters are the nicest people you ever met. And all the people who don't know how to fight in the bars are the guys like, I just watched a UFC fight, I'll beat you up. It's like, dude,
Come on, bro.
come on, buddy.
Come on, man.
Welcome back to DBL. We have new photos just in. Raquel Villanueva has the news at the moment.
Well, that's right, Jeff. We are getting our first up-close look at Kim and Kanye West's new baby boy. And get ready for some cuteness. Say hello to Sam Ye. Kim posted this with the caption that simply says his name. Now, many are wondering if Ye will be his official middle name, just like his nickname, like his dad has. Now, the couple welcomed Sam into the world May 9th, joining his siblings North, Chicago, and Saint.
It's been bugging me all day, seeing that Ye on that post.
Is that really the baby's middle name?
Well,
Ye?
that's what she posted. It's been on my mind all day. Could it be for Yeezy? Could it be for Kim Ye? What does it mean? What does it mean, Kim? Tell us.
Why does it have you all erratic right
I just want to know because let's be honest, it's a bad name.
It's just the baby's name.
Bad name. Anyway.
Wow. Well, Steph's interested. Now I'm very interested into it. Stars hit the red carpet for a historic night at the Tony Awards. While everyone is praising James Corden as host, we're getting our first look at the ratings. Viewership was at an all-time low last night. Wow, with less than 6 million viewers. So, since you guys didn't watch, here's what you missed.
Much better than television. We do it with great derision. Well, except Game of Thrones. It's the Tonys, and
always does a fantastic job. And the big winner of the night was Hadestown, which won Best New Musical along with 7 other awards. Actor Bryan Cranston won his second Tony for Best Performance by an Actor in a Leading Role for the stage adaptation of the movie Network. He defended the media in his acceptance speech. Let's listen.
Finally, a straight old white man gets a break. I would like to dedicate this to all the real journalists around the world. The media is not the enemy of the people. Demagoguery is the enemy of the people.
And everyone is talking about Oklahoma, which won for Best Musical Revival. But more importantly, actress Ali Stroker won for Best Supporting Actress. She is the first actor in a wheelchair to win a Tony Award. Listen to her emotional acceptance speech.
This award is for every kid who is watching tonight who has a disability, who has a limitation or a challenge, who has been waiting to see themselves represented in this arena. You are.
Wow. She said it all right there. It's all about representation. And I can't believe that's the first time someone who handicapped or in a wheelchair has won a Tony.
Yeah, first time, but not the last time.
That's
right.
We're
seeing inclusivity with everything, and we're pushing the envelope with everything. But I watched a lot of this last night. I couldn't tell you what a lot of the plays and performances were, but when I was playing in Canada in the CFL, when I got injured and I knew I didn't want to play football anymore, I enrolled in the Montreal School of Performing Arts because I wanted to do theater. I wanted to end up going down to New York and doing theater. So this was something that was very inspiring, especially listening to those speeches, because I mean we're live, but that's live as well. That's live as well.
For me, that's like the best talent. I know the viewership was down and maybe people don't appreciate that. They like the movies more, but the arts are where it's at. I mean, true actors get their chops from doing live performances like that.
Yeah, I think the sad thing is I don't think that theatre translates as well into television, because you need to be there to really sense the atmosphere. It's like when you're at a football game and you can feel the energy, you can feel how exciting it is. It's exactly the same thing, which I think is why it's not as appreciated on TV, sadly.
Yeah, I got to go to more theater. I got to support it because I really love it. And being there. The last play I saw was Wicked, man. It was wicked good.
Hey, little Boston. Wicked good.
All right, guys. Wicked. That was terrible. We'll be right back.
Priscilla, welcome to Daily Blast Live. The two of you are involved in a lot of romantic situations with your co-star, Greg Polar. So is it ever difficult for the three of you to get through those saucy, sexy scenes?
The first one was not difficult, but it was nerve-wracking, I think, for me at least. And but there is, with 3 people filming them, and usually a Steadicam following us around, it's always a little awkward because one person's just waiting, like, patiently to go in.
I'm just, we're like, have you had a mint?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, is your breath bad? But yeah, the first one for me, there's no one else to look at. Greg's not here.
So how do you get your sauciness on when you're surrounded by loads of strangers?
You just, you try and ignore, you're in the scene and try and ignore everyone around you. But for the most part, our show deals more with the relationship aspect of things, so we don't have many scenes like that.
Are we trying to make you, me, and her look just like you and me?
And I need to know, what are you all looking forward to for the upcoming season? I mean, can you guys tell me any spoilers, any secrets?
Well, there's a baby coming.
Yeah.
I'm pregnant.
Emma's pregnant. So we're all of our characters are trying to, figure out what that's going to look like now, having this little being coming into our lives just when we've sort of stepped into this new role of us being married. And how does that affect all of us?
You guys are all scared of rocking the boat. But the boat needs to be rocked.
It'll be interesting to see how all that plays out, and I look forward to seeing you play a mummy on screen as well.
Thank you. It was fun.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome back to DBL. Ken Jennings holds the record for most money earned on Jeopardy! Earlier, co-host Erica Cobb went one-on-one with the Trivia Wiz. They chatted about his new game show and the champ who almost dethroned him. That's in today's DBL Spotlight.
thank you, Ken, for being with us today on DBL. I have to tell you, I am such a huge Jeopardy fan, and you're going to be on a new game show. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that about you. But you're going to be on a new game show, which we'll get to in just a moment. But first, I have to talk about you and James Holzhauer's, because his impressive Jeopardy run, there were so many conspiracy theories out there about him throwing the game before he surpassed your winning record, and one of them was that you actually paid him to lose. What's your response to that?
No, there's no Jeopardy conspiracy theory is true. When you have a job like that that's paying you, in James's case, maybe $150,000 an hour, no, honey, he's not going to quit that job. He got beaten fair and square by a very good player, and I feel like it's disrespectful to her to say that maybe he took a dive.
That's fair. Now, I know you said you were rooting for James, but was there any part of you that was just a little bit jealous of all the attention he was getting?
The only thing that bothered me, I gotta say, is that people were calling him Jeopardy James. And I was like, ooh, that sounds really good, you know? Like, he's got the alliteration going for him. I used to be the Jeopardy guy, but I can't compete with that.
I'm not so sure about that. And we know it's inevitable that you and James will go head-to-head at some point in a tournament game. So how would that matchup go? Give me a little play-by-play, if you will.
You know, I gotta say, you know, he's got a very strong Jeopardy strategy. He's got game, he's got a plan. The other players like me, we will have seen his plan, so we can make adjustments, we can play his game. It's been 15 years since I was on Jeopardy. This brain is not getting any younger.
I think that you'd be just fine, Ken. In fact, I think it'd be some of the highest numbers we've ever seen in Jeopardy history, which, let me tell you, I've jumped over a couple couches in the past few weeks, so I know how excited Jeopardy fans are about this.
Let's bring Ken in.
Ken, come on down to the Trivia Dome.
So I jump at the chance to do any kind of a game show like that again. As a game show buff, it was a huge fan to do Best Ever Trivia Show, for example, and to kind of, you know, see if I still have it. I'm going head-to-head against some pretty smart people on that show. As a pretty competitive guy, it's nice to win. It was also a pleasure to get beat and see somebody win the $10,000.
Well, I can't let you go without talking about, of course, we've all been rooting for Alex Trebek during his cancer fight.
So help me. Keep the faith, and we'll win.
We know that his contract with the show is through at least 2022. What do you say to people who want you to be the next Jeopardy host? And could we see that someday?
That's a huge honor that people even think that. I mean, it's very flattering to me that people associate me with Jeopardy, which, as I said, was always my favorite show. But to me, Alex is irreplaceable. Like, it's hard for me to even talk or think about that show without Alex, and to talk about it without getting a little misty. I went out to Jeopardy a couple months ago to see Alex, see how he was doing, and he was in great spirits. He was really buoyed up by all the nice cards and letters he'd been getting from fans. He said, you know, Ken, a lot of people don't get to hear this stuff about themselves until they're dead. You know, I'm very lucky. I got to hear this while I was still alive. And that was very touching to me. I'm really rooting for Alex.
Ken, I thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure. We can't wait to watch Best Ever Trivia Show, which premieres today on the Game Show Network.
Thanks, Erica.
Great job, Erica. We'll be right back.
Ralph Fiennes, welcome to Daily Blast Live. So happy to have you on. I watched your film, The White Crow, last night. Outstanding. Well done. You recently set the internet on fire when you revealed how Voldemort's wand works. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, and even though the last movie came out 8 years ago, people are still fascinated with your character. And did I hear you originally turn down the role? Why?
I didn't say no. I just was on the fence about it for some time. I think I was trying to sort of say I don't think it's for me until my sister Martha, who has 3 children, and said to me, "What are you thinking? They're asking you to play Voldemort? You're mad. You must play this part."
Thank goodness nobody could play Voldemort but you. Let's move on to your film, The White Crow. It is a beautiful movie about a complicated life. I read that you've spent the past 20 years trying to make this movie. Now that it's here, what are you hoping audiences take away as they leave that theater?
Well, I suppose I'm hoping they're moved by the very things that moved me about it, which was the story of a young boy from a very poor background in Central Soviet Russia who discovers inside themselves this fiery hunger, need to dance, and nothing can push them off that track. And I suppose that moves me, and his need to absorb all art forms and to push himself into ballet and to push the form of ballet. Indeed, he felt competitive with the the ballerinas. He felt that the women in ballet got all the best showy numbers, and I think he wanted to pull some back for the fella.
Before The White Crow, you swore, Rafe, that you would never star in a film you are directing again. So what changed your mind about this film?
To be honest, the finance was very, very difficult. And I was having a wonderful time inviting all these brilliant Russian actors to be part of it, who are some of them well known in Russia, but of course distributors and financiers look for who has some kind of international profile, which largely thanks to Harry Potter, I suppose I have.
Well, I think you're brilliant at it as well. Thank you so much for talking to us, Rafe. I strongly urge all of our viewers at home to watch his movie, The White Crow. It is fantastic. It is out in theaters April 26th. Thanks again, Rafe.
Thank you, Sam.
Before we go, we want to give a big DVL shout out to Celine Dion. After 16 years, wow, she has ended her Vegas residency. More than 4.5 million people have watched her show. And over the weekend, she had a special farewell. She paid tribute to her late husband while singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. She also debuted a new song, Flying on My Own. Let's check it out.
Wow.
She's amazing. 16 years. I can't believe she's been in Vegas for 16 years.
You wouldn't believe that she's in her 50s. I mean, look at her. She's amazing.
Even Brandon, you were bopping to that song.
Yeah, I was bopping.
All right.
I had a little Night at the Roxbury theme going on there with that song.
Emilio!
So let's get to these comments. April P says, I want to see Tom Cruise knock JB out.
Yeah.
Talking about your boy, Jeff. And Melody Norborn talking about the Tonys. I thought the Tonys were terribly boring last night. Dreadful.
Oh, man.
Inspirational. It's inspirational to me,
happens.
though.
Yeah, it happens. But James, I feel like James always does a good job. I feel like he's a great host.
Yeah, he's definitely
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's Monday. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Have a good night, everybody.